checking lines that score however you wish?
Well, our attitude has to be check first. And, for us to win games and be successful, it's about checking and defending. And when we do a good job of checking and defending, a lot of times we're creating turnovers and we're having offensive opportunities. So it's the whole group doing it. So I'm not as concerned about an offensive line or an offensive group. We need everybody buying into the checking part of it, the checking aspect of our game. And when we do that, again, as a coach, you don't have to worry about matchups if everybody's responsible.
That was James Wisniewski's first power play goal in a long time. Does it not feel that way given the contributions he's made in other ways to this team this year?
He's shooting the puck much better, and I know I'm not talking about goals. He's not missing the net as much. He's getting it through, and sometimes it doesn't always end up as a goal in the back of the net. But when you're shooting with a purpose, as far as getting it through and getting it down there, number one, it's not getting blocked and you aren't ending up chasing back in your own zone. But it's at least staying in their zone where our forwards can continue to forecheck it. But he's getting it to the net where it's creating rebounds and second opportunities and deflections.
You speak to the 2 goals early in the third period, how that sort of changed the tenor of this game. It looked like Washington was starting to tilt it back a little bit in the second period.
No, we knew that they were going to make a push, and I don't know if I mentioned to you guys earlier this morning about them being a second period team, but there's a significant difference between their first and third as far as statistics and goal scoring compared to the second. So they're a second period team, and we talked about that, and they started to make a push. And in the second, I think there was some momentum there, and that power play goal by Letestu, by Mark, was a huge goal. And then obviously they took another penalty, and Cam's second goal should almost be a power play goal too, because he was just coming out of the box. But those 2 goals were great, because you could see as soon as that went in, it was just about running the clock.
Todd, back here, how has Atkinson been helped with Calvert coming back?
I think Maddie's had a huge impact on Cam. I think they're good friends. They get along. But I think just Maddie, just is the way that he plays the game. Again, it's lead by example. That's what you want to see from really any of your players, doing the right things out on the ice. But we talked about the value of Maddie and what he does, and he drags other guys into the fight and getting into games. But I think just based on watching Cam play and see how he's playing now, it coincides with getting Maddie back in our lineup.
Todd, as you look ahead, what do you see in your next 300 games?
Well, that'd be great. I hope, it'd be great is next 300 games at 600, you can ask me that question. That would be great. You know what? It's to me, it was just another game. It really was. And just looking forward to tomorrow's game.
That was a dodge.
That was a what?
That was a dodge.
So what do you want? You want a serious answer?
We're going to work hard in 288 of them, something like that.
We're going to work hard in all of them.
Dalton Prout got back in your lineup as a defenseman tonight. You shifted Jack to the left side. What did you make of that? And how's Feder? It looked like maybe he won't travel with you.
Yeah, right now the plan is to keep Feder here. He wasn't feeling good today, and more than likely getting off a plane and miraculous recovery tomorrow isn't going to happen. So we'll keep him here. He can get rested, and then Saturday, Sunday, come in Monday, and hopefully he'll feel better. Then we can get him out on the ice and practice, and then we'll see how he feels and get ready for Tuesday's game. As far as Dalton, last couple of days have probably gone pretty fast for him as far as going there, turning around, coming right back, and then get thrust into a lineup where Jack plays against usually the team's top players. So Prouter being his partner was kind of thrust into that role just because we like the other pairs, the way that the season has gone. And I think early on, I think the speed and everything, just from not having reps and being out of the lineup. But I think once he got into the game, our team got into the game, I think his game started to settle down. But that was true with a lot of our guys. And what I'm finding with our group is when we have days off in between games, where we have 3 days off, like we have last week and this week, the first period when we're coming back, we usually we've started slow. So I don't know if we have another, other than the Olympic break, I don't think we're going to have another 3-day break for the rest of the season.
You've spoken about Calvert's spirit, and it's the way he is, the way he's wired. Do you want him taking that fight in the third period, though, given where he's been with the shoulder?
Well, I think you're always concerned about that, but that's the type of player that he is. He's emotional. He's proud, and again, to me, it's his attitude. And I know it's a 5-1 game, and you might think, well, just play the game out. But to me, there's something about that attitude that we'll play for the full 60 minutes.
Thanks,